There comes a season when God isolates a man, not to break him, but to build him. The doors that used to open suddenly close. The people who once understood you stop calling. It feels like you've been forgotten, but heaven hasn't gone silent. God doesn't take things from you. He takes you from things that can't go where He's taking you. Number 1, isolation becomes preparation. When God starts to pull you away from everyone, it's not rejection, it's redirection. You start wondering, why did they leave? Why did that door close? Why does it feel like I'm walking alone? But what you don't see is that heaven is rearranging your life for the next chapter. Before Joseph ruled Egypt, he was left in a pit by his brothers. Before David sat on the throne, he was forgotten in a field. Before Jesus stepped into ministry, he was led by the Spirit into the wilderness. Every season of isolation has one purpose: transformation. God separates you so He can strengthen you, because as long as you're surrounded by noise, opinions, and validation, you can't hear His instructions clearly. When a man has no one but God, his roots grow deeper, his discernment gets sharper, his faith becomes unbreakable. The isolation that once felt like punishment becomes the evidence of preparation, because God never hides you to hurt you. He hides you to shape you. And when the time is right, what was hidden will be revealed, but this time you'll be ready. Number 2, brokenness becomes the birthplace of power. When everything falls apart, most people see loss, but God sees foundation. He lets certain things break because He's about to rebuild you differently. When a man has no one but God, he learns that pain has a purpose. God doesn't use comfort to shape leaders. He uses brokenness. Think about Moses. Before he led a nation, he was exiled in a desert. Think about Peter. Before he preached to thousands, he was broken by his own denial. And David, the man after God's own heart, was crushed long before he was crowned. God allows broken seasons not to destroy you, but to destroy what was never meant to stay. Pride, ego, dependence on people, all of it has to die before purpose can truly live. Brokenness humbles you. It makes you listen differently. It teaches you that strength doesn't come from having everything together. It comes from surrender. Because the truth is, you don't really know God as a healer until you've been shattered. When a man reaches that point, when there's nothing left to prove and no one left to impress, that's when God begins to move. Number 3, prayer becomes a lifeline, not a habit. When a man has no one but God, prayer stops sounding polished and starts sounding real. It's not about saying the right words anymore. It's about saying anything that keeps your soul alive. You stop performing prayers and start breathing them. God, I don't know what to do. God, it hurts. God, I trust you, even here. Those raw, broken whispers carry more power than the most eloquent sermons. Because heaven listens differently when your heart is bleeding. Prayer becomes your heartbeat, not a checklist, but a conversation that keeps you standing. It's in those quiet, tear-soaked moments that your relationship with God changes. You stop praying for blessings and start praying for strength. You stop asking for doors and start asking for direction. And something happens. Your perspective shifts. You realize prayer was never about getting what you want. It's about becoming who God wants. When a man has no one but God, prayer becomes the bridge between brokenness and breakthrough. It's not just how he survives, it's how he transforms. Number 4, silence becomes the stage for revelation. Silence. It's the part of the journey most people can't handle, because we've been taught that movement means progress. But when God is teaching a man to trust Him, He'll often lead him into stillness. It feels like heaven went quiet, but in reality, God just changed the language. Because revelation doesn't shout, it whispers. God speaks in the pauses, in the waiting, in the moments when you finally stop trying to fix everything yourself. Sometimes the silence isn't empty, it's full of answers. You just need to be still long enough to hear them. Psalm 46:10 says, "Be still and know that I am God." That's not just a verse, it's an invitation. Because when a man finally stops running, reasoning, and resisting, that's when revelation begins to flow. When a man has no one but God, the silence becomes sacred, a meeting place between confusion and clarity, between endings and new beginnings. That's where purpose is reborn. Maybe this is where God has you right now, in the silence, in the solitude, in the season nobody understands. It's not punishment, it's preparation. Because when a man has no one but God, that's when his foundation becomes unshakable. Don't run from the quiet, lean into it. That's where God is shaping you, speaking to you, and setting you apart. So if this word spoke to you, take a moment and write in the comments, God, I trust you, even here. Let that be your declaration tonight. And if you haven't yet, make sure you subscribe for more messages that strengthen your faith and remind you, even when you're alone, you're never abandoned. God is closer than you think.